Greetings, guys and girls, and a very warm welcome, watchers. The sun is shining and the magpie is casting. Coming to you guys right now with a live 1 versus 1 battle featuring spawning in the west. It is going to be the United States forces of Sotjador. And spawning in the east, it is going to be the spicy Wehrmacht forces of AndresTC, who has earned himself the spicy title on account of the last battle that I cast on the channel. If you haven't checked that one out, do head back and look at it. It was pretty cool because in the early stages, spoiler alert by the way, spoilers if you've not watched the last game between Andre and whoever it was, Findeed I think or something like that, then stop the video because I'm about to tell you what happened in that one. But yeah, Andre, in the early stages of the video, I was like saying how Wehrmacht often have difficulty, like a considerable amount of difficulty actually, putting on early aggression of any sort against allied players. And AndresTC just started proving me wrong, pulling moves, doing sweet stuff, and it was really awesome. To be fair, I'd like to see how he'd do the same sort of thing in the face of Maxims, so I think he got a little bit lucky there, but you know, it was just really nice to see something refreshing, a new take, if you like, on the Wehrmacht play. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of Andre, to be honest. I mean, I was a fan before that, but it was the first time I've cast him in a while, that last battle, and it really reminded me exactly why it is that I think he's a pretty groovy Wehrmacht commander. Anyway, yep, the map here is going to be Colony Farm. So the map that I cast him on before was Crossroads. So this one definitely a slightly bigger map, slightly broader. We're going to have to see what he's going to do on this map. If we remember last time we watched him play, it was against Soviet forces. It was against a special rifle company, a special rifle command opening with a penal battalion. Wow, he's going to have to be careful with these pioneers. They're getting absolutely hooned on here. The retreat comes down in good time though, and now it looks like these grenadiers are going to try and take this fight possibly from heavy cover. They might try and garrison this building instead. But anyway, yeah, the build from AndresTC was extra pioneers, which he seems to have gone for, and then up to 4 squads of grenadiers, no MG42, and then he started pulling off shenanigans, and it was just awesome. So I'm kind of hoping to see that again. This time, though, he's facing the fearsome United States forces, a very different kettle of fish, to be sure. And it looks like we already have... What was that? Okay, no, sorry, I thought we had something spicy coming. Ah, here we go, it's a fighting position, that's what it was. So, yeah, we're going to have to see if he can pull off those similar kinds of moves against the United States forces, who, like I was saying, are a completely different kettle of fish. Riflemen, the new mortar squad, the lieutenant, the captain, 50 cals, M20 utility cars, Stuarts, you know, it's a completely different gauntlet that you have to run as the Wehrmacht player against United States forces. So let's see what Andre can bring to the table. Seemingly, he's sticking to the build that he employed last time, now up to 3 squads of grenadiers, and I imagine we'll see a 4th coming onto the queue momentarily. He now has the manpower. Looks like he's probably just microing and battle right now, or could he be saving for an MG42? I don't know, he's got the manpower for that now. So yeah, looks like we've got a fight coming down here, a spicy fighting position here. The rifle grenade's going to come down at the pioneers, bit of a miss that one. And now we've got 2 squads of grenadiers, 2 squads of riflemen, pioneers and the rear echelon company in this fight. A reasonable fight being taken here by Andre, but it is not enough to overcome the entrenched American forces. And his grenadiers down here are probably going to be pinned down to a fight here, and they will be outgunned by the riflemen. Of course, the 4-man Axis squad with the KR-98K is usually no match for the American forces with the Garand in similar cover. Plus, of course, there's these rear echelons running into them here. Focusing the rear echelons for good damage, though. I always seem to underestimate just how decent grenadiers are, but at this range, they're going to get toasted. Andre's going to need to get this squad out of here as soon as possible. They're getting cut down to size, and he will. He's got a handy squad of grenadiers on this side of the map, and he has gone up to 4 squads of grenadiers. So handy squad of grenadiers on the on his opponent's half of the map, doing some capping, just being annoying. Going to garrison this building now to be as annoying as possible when Sotjador tries to retake this point back. Sotjador himself looks like he's gone for 4 squads of riflemen. Captain Tech going to be the weapon of choice for him. And let's see, he's quite a long way off in terms of fuel from a Stuart, but I imagine that'll be the eventual destination for this teching path. Whoops, let's see. Got some pioneers here, and some grenadiers going to be helping them out. Looks like that's the grenadiers from the building. They're going to try and get back into this building, but they will be denied. Yank and Hank going to get on into this building. Is Yank a real name? You can't. Yank is not a name, but Hank really is. So Hank and Co. going to get in this building well ahead of the German forces. And that's going to force a fallback. In terms of the victory points, looks like a 60-point lead for the American player at the 5-minute mark. Pretty much what we're used to seeing. American forces obviously quite dominant at the pre-10-minute mark. So No particular surprises there. Also on the list of things that I'm not surprised about, AndresTC going to be going for the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, and we've seen him be quite spicy with this. Now, I imagine what we'll see him do is not go for Battle Phase 1, and yes, I know, craziness, but he just doesn't seem to go for it, not for some time. What he'll do first is get a Mechanized Assault group and go for some shenanigans off the back of that, get a Flammenwerfer on some of these Pioneers, and go for a 250 half-track clown car, effectively, whilst getting Shreks on those Panzer Grenadiers for his hard anti-tank. So, but we'll see if that's the actual plan. Now, weirdly enough, these Grenadiers actually outnumber the Riflemen. Possibility of a wipe here? Nah, that was a long shot at best. But better a long shot than no shot. Anyway, these Grenadiers going to be taking a fight now, but here comes the captain. He's got a Tommy gun. He's pretty pissed off, and that will be enough to swing this fight handily in the American forces' favour. Whoa, these Grenadiers going to have to GTFO, and they do nicely time there. These Grenadiers going to stay for damage. No, he's just going to fall them back. And I imagine he'll use one of these squads of Grenadiers whilst they're reinforcing to build a bunker at base. Andre now stacking actually quite a lot of munitions, so he's going to want to spend that on something. That bunker will be a good start, of course. Fighting in the north. Got some Grenadiers and some Pioneers going to be cutting these Riflemen down to size. How does Andre even manage to get so much value for money out of these Axis units? He's just very good at them, isn't he? He is definitely a Wehrmacht specialist, and I was thinking about this. In the last video, I was kind of like, I'd love to see Andre enter some tournaments and stuff like that, but of course that would mean playing as the Allies, which I've never seen him do. He's very much a Wehrmacht specialist, so maybe... oh, here we go, yeah, so that bunker is going to be built double fast time by 2 squads of Grenadiers here. But yeah, maybe that's why we don't see him do professional play. Maybe he's just a Wehrmacht enthusiast. Maybe he just likes playing the game as Wehrmacht. Maybe that is Company of Heroes 2 for him. And the reason I say that is I can sympathise a little bit. I was the same for the first, I don't know, maybe 9 months of the game. I just only played as Wehrmacht, not Soviets. Never Soviets. I tried them like once or twice, but I was just like, this is not for me. So anyway, looks like the American player is going to go ahead and get an M1 anti-tank gun, possibly to ward off any potential 222. A little early to think about Panzer IVs and Ostwinds hitting the field, of course. But he'll be sorely disappointed when he finds out that Battlefield... Okay, sorry, no, I take it back. Battle Phase 1 has been taken, and we may see some tech here from Andre. I doubt it. Yeah, no, here comes the Mechanized Assault Group. This is what I'm used to seeing from him. So the 250 half-track with the Panzer Grenadiers going to be entering the field. Looks like another fighting position has been established here. 50 cal upgrade has come onto that, and this is going to be actually problems for Andre's build here. With the AT gun here and the 250 cals, this is quite the hard point for the American player. Crucially covering the cutoff point, crucially covering the fuel point. This is going to make life really hard for Andre, and I suspect he'll have to focus his aggression in the north, and that's what he's doing now. Here comes that 250 half-track, going to be rolling on into town. The Panzer Grenadiers, they grew up in the hood, so well experienced at drive-bys. Drive-bying with Shreks as well, apparently. Whoa, this Pioneer just needs to GTFO. Uh-oh, that will probably be a squad wipe if any kind of fire comes down onto him. Run away. Oh, he's going to try and get out of there, but there's a lot of riflemen here taking shots. Run, Franz, run! No, Franz is down. Oh, there we go, classic ragdoll. Fantastic. We all love the Company of Heroes 2 engine. And by we all, I basically mean me, and I hope some of you out there. Anyway, 250 half-track going to be rolling on over there. Now a Stuart is coming out. Grimy. Oh dear. I mean, the thing about the Stuart is, it will answer... Whoa, these guys are just sitting in an S minefield. That's fun times. But the thing about the Stuart is it will answer the Panzer Grenadiers, but it depends almost entirely on the engagement. I imagine he's going to be routing that Stuart over towards the... what the... Did he cancel the Stuart? I think he cancelled the Stuart. Not entirely sure why. I think a Stuart lines up pretty well against this force here from AndresTC. Maybe the American player is just so confident he's just going to skip onto Major Tech? Don't know. Little confused about that cancelling on the Stuart. That seems to be a fine choice to me. But anyway, the Zook is out on the captain. So, and let's see, do we have weapon racks? Weapon racks is not done, but he has 1 Zook. That's going to help him like control this this 250 half track, and he's up to 2 M1 anti-tank guns, 1 in the north and 1 in the south, along with, on this hard point here. Garrisoning this building actually is quite spicy. The Shreks will be able to fire out here and take out one of the fighting positions. That's really nice, forcing the M1 anti-tank gun to scurry on across. Now the Panzer Grenadier is going to be able to sweep on through and clear this position. The 250 going to be pushed out by these riflemen, but that's not too bad. And I got to say, I love the way that Andre gets so much value out of these 250 half tracks. For a unit with no offensive output or veterancy, you know, he actually makes this thing be a considerable asset and thorn in his opponent's side. I think a lot of players just see that as a throwaway fuel cost that comes with calling in these Panzer Grenadiers. But Andre, you know, he's no fool. He makes it look pretty cool. So, yeah, it's nice to see. Let's see. We've got a pack gun coming for Andre. This does seem to be the exact same build that he used against the Soviet player. And if it really is, we may see a Flammenwerfer. Although his munitions are quite stretched right now, but we may see a Flammenwerfer come down onto these Pioneers, and we might see some 250 half-track action. But Andre right now is under a triple cap. He's down at 344, it's going to be in a second, under 500 VPs at about the 11-minute mark. So he's going to have to do something pretty sharpish if he wants to stand a chance in this game. His map control has been iffy at best, so his resourcing, I mean, he's considerably behind in terms of resources, pretty much as Wehrmacht always are. So, I don't know, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. Yeah, skipping onto Major was the idea here from Sotjador, so he's going to go for the officer and have access to the Scott, to the Sherman, to all of those kind of nice toys. And you know what, he's actually pretty much got the fuel for those as well. How much is a Sherman these days? 110, yeah. So, and a Scott's what? 75? Oh, that is spicy. I thought they were like 80 or 85. Oh, that Scott's so cheap. And, yep, we do have the Flammenwerfer on the 250. That is actually doing some pretty good work right now, actually. That is going to be the drive-by king here. This 2-star rifleman squad, kind of getting picked down. Grenadiers are in the hood taking some additional shots. Oh my goodness, is he going to get a squad wipe here? Wow, the M1NT2. What? He gets a squad wipe? That is insane. That should never be a thing. Oh my god, and the anti-tank gun misses the half-track, so the burninating spree is going to continue here. AndresTC. Wow. That was just a really nice move. Slightly lucky. If that AT gun had connected with the second round, then he'd be looking at the possible loss, well, the definite loss of a 250 and the possible loss of some Pioneers with a Flammenwerfer. But you know, the move paid off, and he actually picked up a rifleman squad wipe there. Andre's so spicy. Now here come the Panzer Grenadiers and some Grenadiers pushing in the north. Andre, meanwhile, is going to be moving the pack gun up, start besieging down these fighting positions. That's going to take this one out pretty quickly. And he's got squads nearby. He's got the Pioneers, and he's probably, you know, he's got other units waiting to come on out who could come and start making a land grab in the south now that he's kind of unlocked that area of the map, if you like. We do have a proper Sherman on the build queue, though, and that's going to be issues. So he's got a pack gun, he's got the Shreks, and he's got 4 Faustable squads. So that's like some. That Sherman's not going to have a free ride here, but that is still quite an intimidating unit to have on the field here. You know, the 12, 13-minute mark, not super early, but one of the earlier Shermans you'll see. Testament there to the American player's field control and the massive resource differential he's been able to open up this game. That triple cap as well, still in effect, so 242 under 500 now. Andre trailing considerably despite taking some nice fights. And now the Sherman makes itself known. Smoke is going to be popped here. That's going to enable these riflemen to rush down the Panzer Grenadiers if they fancy it. The Panzer Grenadiers are going to have to be so scarce, yeah. Better play it safe than sorry with such an expensive squad here. Remember, 360 manpower if you actually buy them, which he didn't. He paid for the mechanized assault group. Plus 120 munitions for the Shreks. That's quite a lot of money, and you don't want to lose that off of the back of an unlucky HE shell from this Sherman. So I like the fallback there. That makes a lot of sense. LMG-42 is beginning to appear on some of these Grenadiers. That's where the munitions are now being funneled for AndresTC, and he is a fan of the LMG-42s. You'll see him go up to all 4 of them if he can, and who could blame him? It's such a sweet upgrade, and I think Wehrmacht players generally just don't take that upgrade as often or as early as I expect them to, I guess. I suppose it's nice to have some munitions in the tank to be a little flexible, but still. Anyway, 250 half-track and some Grenadiers are making a bit of a land grab here in the south, but Sotjador going to be cleverly trying to decap this capture point, and that he will do, so that's going to help stymie the resource income even further. Panzerfaust's going to be stayed for here on these Grenadiers. Risky times, but it is going to stick. Remember, the American vehicle crews can just pop out and use super glue, so that could be... What the? Infantry unit wiped out. Why am I missing this action? Looks like these Grenadiers got a squad wipe on... I don't know. Was that a rifleman squad that got wiped? I think it must have been. The captain's still here. Alright, well, sorry I missed that squad wipe. It happened somewhere. Probably a sweet rifle grenade or something. There is a dead rifleman here, but that's not enough. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't know. Not entirely sure. Anyway, got a battle being taken here in south. Panzer Grenadiers are in the hood. The Sherman already has some damage on it. Boom! Good double hit off of the Panzer Grenadiers there. Wow! And a Faust going to tag it. The Pack Gun is coming on into mid to try and stalk down the wounded Sherman. Smoke is going to be popped, but he can only cover either the Pack Gun, which he doesn't even know about, or the Panzer Grenadiers. So he's going to cover the Panzer Grenadiers, but the Pack Gun will still have a shot here, which it can take. Is he going to push it forward to the tank in the mid? I think he is. And if he manages to garrison this building, currently occupied by American forces, but if he clears that with all these Panzer Grenadiers, whoa, so many Panzer Grenadiers. By the way, like the Mechanized Company has been built behind this. Andre does tend to follow up this build with the actual like the Mechanized Company, and that's where this second squad of Panzer Grenadiers has come from. But wow, he's actually getting good damage onto these riflemen, and he's still looking for that Sherman. I think he's come to the conclusion that it must have made it back to base by now. Pushing any further is not going to work because the base defense machine guns here. No, this rifle squad's not going to go down, is it? Oh, that would have been such a spicy pickup. And somehow, Andre takes the north. The Flamer 250 half-track displacing so many squads. A lot of American squads kind of actually back in the base right now. Andre grabs like 1.5 VPs, so at least he's no longer bleeding. That, of course, his primary concern being at 146 under 500, so he's going to have to look after the VPs pretty damn carefully as this game goes on. But I really like Andre's position here. Like, look at the top left, look at the top right. He's on 67 supply over 44. He's got, like, what I would say is the better army on the field right now. Not by that much, but by some. Of course. Okay, that supply differential slightly misrepresented because, of course, the vehicle crew here are not in the Sherman. So that is a factor. But still, I really, really like his position. He looks pretty good. If he starts feeling like he's falling behind, he can call in the Stug lights. It's so good, I cannot believe it's not Stug. The Stug Ausf E. So he can bring that in. And that will help him control the American player's infantry, which is, you know, there's a lot of it and it's really, really good. Won't be much use against the Sherman, of course, but, you know, you can't have everything in a, what is it, 60? No, 75 fuel assault gun. So, alright, let's see. Okay, the Sherman here going to take some shots into this building. If Andre felt like it, he could put his Panzer Grenadiers in the building and take some shots. He could time it so it would be in between the Americans. Okay, is he going to try for it? Maybe not. The 250 clown car going to come in, burninate some riflemen just a little bit, just singeing their eyebrows a little bit. Sherman comes in, that's going to ward that one away. Andre, in the meantime, down south, making quite the land grab. If you check out the mini-map, it's mostly blue down there, so very nicely done by Andre, beginning to turn this one around. Pack gun going to come in, angling for some shots on that Sherman, but he's got to be careful. A lot of riflemen in the hood. Captain comes in. Panzer Grenadier is going to be dackering them down with the STG-44s. Whoa, you can't take this fight at this range. Sotjador. Wow, you don't want to be point blanking against STG-44s. That will hurt. That will really sting, as demonstrated, and the captain has to get out of there with his tail tucked between his legs. Oh, the second Sherman comes in, though. An M1 anti-tank gun crew is lost. Oh, that's what the squad wipe was earlier. It was an M1. Anyway, now there's two Shermans on the field. This one in a slightly dodgy position. Lots of Grenadiers with Shreks here. The Pack Gun gets a nice arc. Rear armor is exposed on the Sherman. A couple of Shreks hitting it as well. It's now under half health. Looks like he kind of wants the wipe on these Panzer Grenadiers. No, I think he's just taking a pretty the scenic route to disengage from that battle is this Sherman. He may run foul of these Grenadiers in the south as well. We'll see. Pack gun is just about... Oh, it's not a pack gun. That's the M1. Oh, did he swipe the... Okay, so he swiped the M1 that he stole earlier. Come on, Magpie, keep up. Anyway, Sherman... Is this the first Sherman? Yeah, this is the first Sherman rolling in. Uh-oh, 3-star squad of riflemen almost certain to be wiped. Whoa, the HE shell misses. No, still gets wiped. The 50 cal pintle mount, ever potent. And, yeah, and now the other Sherman is going to be... Okay, so a Faust is secured by these Grenadiers on the southern Sherman. The vehicle crew can repair that very shortly, though. And we're getting towards Tiger time. And Tiger fuel will be ready. Pack gun in a nice position, taking some shots into this Sherman. Biff! He's got to get the Sherman out of arc. Okay, he's going to do it, so the pack is going to be forfeit. Boom, HE shells just take no prisoners. But the Panzer Grenadiers are here. The Shreks are good. They connect with the first Sherman, and that's a kill. He's going to try for the other, but he's just not quite fast enough. So the American player going to trade a Sherman for an AT gun there. I don't really like that. And now these guys have to get out. Whoa, where is he going with these guys? They have to fall back, surely. No, he's going to stay for like one last Panzerfaust. Okay, then he does get them out of there. And now the forces for Andre beginning to look a bit tired. He's hemorrhaged one of his Grenadier squads. He lost a Pioneer squad earlier. And now then he lost the AT guns, both of them. So now he's... Okay, so he's recruited his one pack gun. But he's going to have to be careful. Sotjador chooses his commander. He goes for the armor company. There are the abilities on the screen right now if you want to hit pause and overview them at your leisure. Now, why has he chosen that? Assault engineers are coming in, but what's the point of them? Why is he bringing in assault engineers? Is it the demo charge? Not quite sure. Anyway, American forces beginning to make a land grab in the south, and that will put Andre back under the clock if this capture completes successfully. And you have to look at the minimap and say it probably is. No Axis units in the area to challenge that anytime soon. Good veterancy over the Panzer Grenadiers of Andre, so that's good to have. Sotjador likewise has some decent veterancy, but he's actually down to just 2 squads of riflemen, so slightly precarious. I am a little bit confused about this commander pick, I really am. I'm really not sure what this is doing for him right now. We'll see. Anyway, pack gun here. I think I just shot some scenery away? Not sure. But I think Andre is going to survive until the Tiger. I think that is a given. He's floating like 1,200 manpower. That's actually way too much. He only needs the 640 for the Tiger, so I would love to see him grab like another squad of Panzer Grenadiers, or even just replace that Grenadier squad he lost earlier. You know what, actually, he's even got enough fuel. Oh, no, he doesn't quite have enough fuel to call in a Stug. Okay, now it's Tiger time, though. The Tiger is unlocked. He can call that baby in. He'll probably do so momentarily. Yep, there it is. So now we've got the big cat on the field, and that is going to redress the balance of power considerably. Consider the American player's AT. He has a captain with Zook. He has 1 Sherman, which can switch to AT shells, and he has 1 M1 anti-tank gun. And it doesn't take much to go wrong against the Tiger tank for the Tiger to chew through all that. You know, 1 good hit on the AT gun, that'll kill that. 1 good hit on the captain will force him out of combat. And the Sherman tank can't trade with the Tiger for very long at all. So it's going to take quite a sweet fight from the American player if he's going to see off the big cat, which is making its way up to the north right now. Pintle-mounted MG42 upgrade coming down in a timely manner. That'll be completed just in time, I suspect, for the initial fight. Sherman finally finds the 250 half-track. Going to pursue for the squad wipe on the Flammenwerfer Pioneers. Probably going to get that too. Tiger gets into the rear armor on the Sherman, though. Now the medium tank is horribly exposed. Using the road there for a bit of a speed boost. Here he goes. He needs to use that again, I think, if he's going to escape successfully here. And the Tiger tank also using the road to get a speed boost here. Tiger tank's gonna... Oh, he needs to head this way. I don't know why he's going that way. He needs to head this way to cut the Tiger tank off. Pack gun's in position too. So the Tiger tank taking slightly wrong turn. Fighting in the south as well. Assault engineers getting cut down to size by LMG-42 Grenadiers. Whoops. And there goes the Sherman. So the Tiger tank is successful in taking that out, combined with the pack gun and the Grenadiers. And the Shreks were in the hood as well. Andre with a multi-directional ambush there on that Sherman. Very nicely coordinated. And now he can just use the Tiger tank to push for pressure here. And this is looking really nice. Andre has a triple cap established, but the American player beginning to challenge that. An unchecked squad in the north will complete the cap. And this fighting in mid looks like Andre's going to be able to defend that. So I don't think he's going to be back under the clock anytime soon. What was that? Okay, M1 anti-tank gun going to force the Tiger back at this point. Where are these riflemen? Oh wow, Sotjador just not paying attention, stayed a little too long. This rifleman is in jeopardy. Oh, that Panzer Shrek's so close. But it's not going to be enough, and Sotjador not going to be punished for that, so the rifleman squad is going to survive, veterancy intact. Sotjador's resources not in the best place either, actually. I don't know what he's going to call in here, but... I mean, he has the Major. I'd love to see a Jackson. Wow, the Tiger's getting turbo bold. Going to come forward here. Okay, he's going to go back again. I think he was just looking to see if there was like any exposed targets, maybe an ambulance or, you know, just some riflemen or anything he could just take a shot at, but seemingly nothing forthcoming. He's going to fall this one back. I imagine the Pioneers, yeah, here they are. They're in the hood. Oh, yeah, of course, he had to buy a new squad because remember they were run down by the Sherman in the north. So he's going to get the Pioneers in. They're going to repair the Tiger. A little moment of quiet here. I'll pop the tack so we can... have a look at the map and see what's going on. Moment of quiet here as both teams just kind of repairing, reinforcing their units, spreading out across the map. Little scuffle going down here. These Grenadiers will shortly be chased away by the massive blob of riflemen. What the... Wow, that is a blob if you ever saw one. He's going to need to spread these units out and try and take some semblance of map control. Andre, speaking of map control, going to be grabbing the northern VP, and that will re-establish the triple caps. The American player can't be too sluggish about this. He's going to have to get out there and get some work done sooner rather than later. For Andre, looks like an MG42 is going to be the choice, and this makes a lot of sense actually, because the game is now about the victory points, and he knows that. And machine guns covering victory points have ever been a very, you know, wise thing to do when you're behind on VP. So I imagine he'll garrison the MG in the church, and that will cover mid quite effectively. Jeez, look at this blob. Sotjador, mate, please spread out your squads. This makes me so nervous. I just hate seeing squads. I know that there's no indirect fire, no AoE really on the field right now, but it's like, ugh, he doesn't know that. There could be a GR34. I don't know. It's just I don't like seeing units this close together. Anyway, massive blob of infantry going to take the church. Grenadiers forced to run for cover. Tiger tank also going to be forced back. But the American infantry has to respect the big cat for now. So unable to press much further forward in mid. But he doesn't have to come much further forward to take this point. Ah, so the assault engineers can plant mines. Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, here we go. 30 munitions, they can plant the M5 mines, and those are going to be very useful against the Tiger. No metal detector. Oh no, there is a metal detector for Andre. God damn, he's good. He must have yeah, he's seen the assault engineers, hasn't he? So he knows. And now the American player just going to blob on up to the north here. That's going to leave Andre free to take mid. The MG42, as I predicted, probably, I mean, is going to garrison this church, and that's a nice thing to have for the Axis player. That gives him a large degree of control over infantry movement in mid. This M1 anti-tank gun totally going to be forfeit. There's just too many Axis infantry, not to mention a big cat on top of it. So that's a nice pickup, and he's just going to instantly take that one out with the Tiger, as you might imagine. Going to deny that one from the Americans for good. No recrew going to be forthcoming. Sotjador is going to go for the Jackson. His resources quite pushed right now. Compare the resources. Apart from munitions, AndresTC in a much more comfortable place. He has something of a bank of manpower. Not much, but some cushion, and he has a decent bank of fuel. I'd love for him to repair this Tiger a bit. It makes me anxious to see it on such low health. MG42 going to start taking some shots. Going to suppress a captain here. And this is a problem. The American player has no indirect fire. He may consider a mortar team at this point. Actually, I think a mortar team would be really good. He could put the mortar team more or less on the doorstep of his base, and it would have range of the church. It would have range of the middle VP, where the German infantry is spending a lot of time standing around capturing. And remember, the American mortar right now is pretty good, so it would be doing good damage. Tiger tank takes a few hits too many off of the M1AT gun, but Panzer Grenadiers coming in from the flank, gonna mow down the crew, possibly mow down these suppressed riflemen as well. He needs to get some cover, maybe. He's too close for cover. Cover won't make any difference. Bundle grenade coming down, a spicy location. The American player runs onto it. No, Sotjador. Oh no. Oh, oh god, the double squad wipe. Sotjador, why would you run onto that bundle grenade? That's been fixed in the last patch. Those are quite potent again now. Oh god. That was probably the GG bundle grenade there. That was like a lot of units. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Oh dearie me. Andre, it's like he can do no wrong.
The supply line just got cut off.
Oh no. Well, we've got a Wolverine and a Jackson, so American player's not going to throw in the towel just yet, but I mean, damn. This is such a bad place to be now. Oh, Andre. This is the build. Anytime I'm playing Wehrmacht on the ladder, this is the build I'm using now. Andre, you've shown me the way. You're the shining light for Axis players. Well, for Wehrmacht players at least. If you could please just turn your attention to figuring out how on earth we're supposed to play Overcommand right now, Andre, I would be really, really appreciative, because I've not found it. Not that I'm any good at this game, but seriously. It would be really nice if you could show me how to play Overcommand now. Okay, so the American player is starting to rebuild. He has 4 infantry squads, sorry. He has his 3/4 ton ambulance, and he has a couple of tank destroyers, so, you know, he's not out of this. He's at 306 over 140, so in terms of VPs, you know, he's got quite some time to work with. He's in no danger of just losing anytime soon. Oh, nice demo charge, going to give some of these Panzer Grenadiers. They're going to stay and try and get the decap here, but they will be pushed away, I imagine, before that happens by the riflemen. The demo charge, of course, an ability provided by these assault engineers, and I'm starting to see, you know, Sotjador chose this commander more or less for the assault engineers. Gonna go for another squad of rear echelons at this point. Okay, interesting, interesting. I'd love to see him get some indirect fire. I feel like getting a Scott motor carriage or a mortar squad would be really good for the American player. That's my feeling right now. He has no lieutenant, so there's going to be no hope of a 50 cal. I think a 50 cal would also be reasonable. But no lieutenant, so that's not on the table right now, and won't be. The Jackson's going to come forward. The first shot's a miss, and that's going to warn the Tiger enough to stay back here. Andre just in command when it comes to the south of the map. I'd love to see him get some S-mines on this location if he could. But he only has the 1 squad of pioneers, and they are staying close to the Tiger, as you might expect. Just running out for a quick bit of mine sweeping here. I haven't seen the American player place. Okay, so here's some mines coming up in this location. But I haven't seen too many mines being placed by the American player.
Being overrun.
But, you know, Andre here, always better to be safe than sorry. Always better to mine sweep rather than weep when your armor gets its engine broken on mines. MG42 here gonna come under a bit of fire here. Can you get flamers on these guys? Yeah, you can get flamers on these assault engineers, so maybe when Sotjador can spare the munitions, he can go for that. Oh, actually, he has enough for it now. Sorry, it's only 60, of course. Yeah, this MG42 going to do its best, but he's going to have to get out of there. He's just getting taken out by the captain here. I hope Andre's paying attention to this. He needs to get this MG42 out. It's getting absolutely wailed on. The health getting crucially low on this. Andre, no! Not like this.
Lost an infantry unit.
Not like this. Oh, but somewhere, what the? An American infantry unit is getting wiped. Was that the Tiger tank? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Wolverine goes down,
Go ahead.
and the tank crew go down with it. What that Wolverine was doing there, I have no idea. Sorry, I was focusing too much on this MG42. But the Wolverine goes down, and I think that's pretty much all she wrote for Sotjador. Ouch! The Jackson gets tagged by a Faust as well. Oh dear. This is looking pretty grim for the Sotjador. Okay, he's getting a mortar squad, and I like this.
Mortar crew standing by for
Here comes the mortar crew. And I think if he just puts them, like, here, maybe, or just here, that would be in a really healthy location to do a lot of good stuff. Actually, he can't put them there now because the Axis forces are too close. For now, he can just put them, like, here, and they'll be fine. Probably be more than fine. You know what? Let's do the Magpie's patented mortar tracker, and we'll follow the first few shots from this American mortar, because every time I've done this so far, they have been dead-eye bullseye shots that have forced squad retreats. Where is this mortar squad going? Sotjador. This seems to be a bit of a mistake. They are coming way too close to this Tiger. Really? Uh-oh, it looks like he's just forgotten about the mortar squad. That's not good. The Tiger tank's going to overrun here and try for a kill on the Jackson, which is on its last legs. He's probably going to get that. Yep. There goes the Jackson. And here comes a Wolverine. Why not? Why not try for it? But I think the Wolverine will be forfeit as well. A Wolverine cannot, I don't think, can 1v1 a half-health Tiger. Maybe, I don't know. He's going to use the speed bonus. But the Panzer Grenadier Shrek Panzer Grenadier, sorry, here. And there goes the Wolverine. Oh, to add insult to injury, it's abandoned.
medium tank was just
Oh, and some mines in a spicy location gonna go off right at the closing whistle there, but damn, Andre. Vermac players, if you're having difficulty under this patch, play like Andre does. It's so easy. Why didn't we all think of this before? This is the way you do it. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and say that Sotjador, I don't know if there was a skill gap or not. I think Sotjador played pretty well, but he did make a couple of mistakes. The bundle grenade mistake pretty much cost him the game. That was a massive error. He should have either moved north or just flash retreated. I'm not even sure if moving north would have been enough, so flash retreat may have been a really good option there. But moving, like, concentrating his forces right onto that bundle grenade, I mean, I know that wasn't what he intended to do, but it is what he did, and that undoubtedly, I think that was when, you know, hope was extinguished for the American forces. He almost managed to have a second wind, you know, with the Wolverine and the Jackson and stuff like that, but his infantry was just never in order, and Andre was able to just manhandle him out of the game. So Andre here with a well-deserved win. Always a pleasure to watch, always a pleasure to cast. I really do like watching him, and it's nice to cast like the same build from him twice, so you know, just get another look at this build. And he does, I mean, he seems to do it no matter the opponent. This is the exact same build order, you know, down to the Flammenwerfer upgrade even, that he tried against Soviet forces. So it seems like he's comfortable using this style against any allied composition, I would say. I mean, I don't know if he uses it against Brits, and I don't know if it would work against Maxims. Maybe against those he mixes in a mortar or something. I don't know, but I kind of just get the feeling he just makes it work, like, no matter the weather. So, yeah. If I see Andre playing on the ladder anytime soon, I'm gonna try and cast that game, because it's just really cool to see Andre playing. He's just really good at this game. And for Sotjador, yeah, I think that was mostly a good game. Couple of slightly sluggish retreats, which one or two were punished with some infantry squad wipes, but mostly that bundle grenade was just absolutely crushing, and he wasn't able to come back from there. Cool. Cool. I love this game. Anyway, I'm away this weekend, so no uploads will be appearing over the weekend, but I'll be back online next week, so expect to see some more stuff. Those of you who have been enjoying the Homeworld Deserts of Karak content, I do have another replay pack for Artifact Cup number 5, and I believe this weekend, indeed tomorrow, Artifact Cup number 6 will be being played. Head on over to the Blackbird Interactive Forums if you want to find the sign-up link for that and get yourself into the Artifact Cup. They're always looking for more players. It will be really good fun. So yeah, more Homeworld Deserts of Karak action coming next week. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys then. Thanks very much for watching. This is Magpie842 signing out.